My name is Jenna Ortega and I play Wednesday and Wednesday. I got to wear some unbelievable costumes designed by the incredible Colleen Atwood. Here are my top 5 Wednesday looks. Number 5, stakeout look. I really like this one. I'm actually really bummed that it only exists in one scene. It's this nice leather jacket and Wednesday and Eugene are about to go out into the woods to hunt the monster. When establishing new looks on the show, I didn't always have the time to have fittings because I would be filming. I remember we all put it on and it was something that they had put together and hadn't really anticipated as one of the main looks. But we all looked in the mirror and just went, because it should have been more important. Number 4, my fencing costume. I love fencing. I thought it was so much fun. I had never done it before, and you know, the sequence that we do, we spent all day on it. It was a lot of fun. I love any time that I get to do stunts, but also I appreciated the fact that her fencing costume was all black. My Romanian coach was not too pleased. He's a stickler. He likes tradition. So I didn't tell him that I liked it, but this is my coming clean story. Women have to wear discs over their chest, so they kind of moves around a bit. Going to the bathroom took 20 minutes. Number 3, the dance dress. It was really cool when we found this dance dress. We weren't even on the episode yet, but I think that the costume designer was just really excited to start putting dance looks together. We really didn't consider any other dress. I think that it made a lot of sense. I like that it looked a little bit torn, and the way that it moves, it's very light and airy, and it kind of stays 3 seconds behind almost. I thought it was really beautiful, and for Wednesday to be into another dress, I knew that it had to be weird in some way. And I also liked that it had kind of a classic silhouette, because I think a lot of the silhouettes for this show were 50s, 60s, interrogator, almost Sherlock Holmes-esque. You know, with the fringe and everything, it felt very 50s, the cutout, and very feminine. It also was very cool that there was still a collar incorporated. It was a lot better than the outfits that I wore to school dances when I was younger. Number 2 is gonna be the OG dress. It was so cool for me. I think that the first time I put on the original dress, it felt like Wednesday, and that was kind of my first experience with her. I feel like I have some sort of emotional attachment or connection with that dress. It was the first time that Wednesday and I met, and you know, it's obviously iconic. I don't know, I felt very lucky to wear it, and I was always so excited when we did some sort of promo shoot or anything like that, just to put the dress back on again. I wasn't really allowed to wear it the rest of the show. I had to be in uniform. We pretty much already knew what the original dress was going to be, but in the 90s films, the one that it was inspired off of, it looks like roses on Christina Ricci's dress, but it's actually little squiggly lines. But on this one, it was roses. Something that was actually tricky though was the collar. There's so many variations of white collars. We would put one on, that's way too big. That's too white. It was one of those things that you didn't think that it was going to be as complicated as it was. Number 1, I think, is going to be the cat suit from episode 2, the Poke Up. Enid and Wednesday are on a canoeing team. They're called the Black Cats. All of the black cats have whiskers and ears and in this stitched up suit. To me, it kind of reminded me of Edward Scissorhands in a sense, because a lot of the material looked leather-like and it was patchwork. I liked Enid's too because she had pink stitching instead of white stitching like everyone else. That was really cool, and I think I just have good memories attached to that outfit as well, just because it was really fun getting to work with everyone and doing another stunt and being out in the water. It was fall in Romania, so the weather was beautiful and it felt like we were at summer camp. The only thing that kind of sucked about it was just we had to wear a wetsuit underneath it, so I don't know, I'm really weird about materials sometimes. Something that was actually great about it was that there seemed to be a hole in the crotch area. We needed that. Because initially, we couldn't pee. And we actually had a thing, we all had to go to wardrobe collectively, me, Emma, and the stunt doubles, and say, this is a really cool outfit. We have had to take a piss all day. So then the next day, they put the holes and try to make it a bit easier. I think costumes are a really important part of filmmaking and acting even. I feel when costumes are done right, they instantly make you feel like the character, and it's easier to do your job, I think, honestly, or you're more confident in what you're going out and doing. And obviously, Colleen Atwood being the legend that she is, she does incredible work. It's like witchcraft. She adds 3 buttons to something and it gets that much greater. We also worked heavily with Mark Sutherland, and they've worked together for years, and Mark as well was just a sweetheart and really receptive to what everyone had to say, and they made sure your voice was heard and that everyone was on the same page. That's just one part of how stylish this show is. Check out Wednesday. It's now streaming, only on Netflix.